Today I'm going to talk through my current favourites. I'm not going to call it January favourites because I'm not going to be doing these monthly. They're literally going to come and go as I think I've got new things that I want to talk to you all about. So I've made a list of stuff that I want to talk to you about this month that I've been loving over the past few months really. I did a beauty favourites of 2016 and they were things that I'd loved throughout last year. These are things that I've particularly been loving and enjoying using or wearing the last few months, and I've also got some random favourites to talk about at the end of the video, so I'm going to get crack-a-lacking. I'm going to talk about some fashion favourites first, and the first thing I want to mention is this choker from New Look. Now I'm going to link everything down below, but if it's not available there'll be one somewhere else, so I'll find one similar for you. This is a suede khaki choker, really plain and simple, but I think it's quite effective and I'm absolutely loving this colour at the moment and I really enjoy, obviously, and it just adds something a little bit different to an outfit. A pair of shoes that I've really been enjoying at the moment are my Adidas Giselles. So this is what they look like. I've got the black pair, and for ages I didn't wear these because the first time I wore them they really rubbed. They rubbed at the back, and also the little tongue bit here, it's quite stiff at first and they really rubbed my feet. I've been wearing them a lot recently and I kind of just like got through that initial stage and wore them in a little bit, and now they're one of the comfiest pairs of shoes that I own. I like that they're just a little bit different, and I don't know, I think you can wear them dressed down quite casually, but then also with like a pleated skirt if you wanted to. I really like these and I've really been enjoying them. There's another couple of colours in these that I wouldn't mind, but I do not need any more trainers at the moment, so I definitely recommend the Giselles if you've not already invested in a pair. Then the last fashion favourite for me to mention is going to be a little bit tricky for me to show you, I think, but if you've seen any of my vlogs recently, you'll have seen me in this every single day. And this is my coat from New Look. So basically it's a khaki green kind of like puffer jacket. It's got a fur hood, and then the sleeves have got a little bit of elasticated here, and it's really long, so this comes down to probably just below my knees. It's got pockets, it's got a couple of pockets at the top here as well. As I said, it's really difficult for me to show you, but I have worn this in so many vlogs, so if you want to see what it looks like on, then go and check one of those out. But this is basically it. It's the ribbed like puffer detailing all the way through, and I actually bought this to go to New York because I needed something that was going to keep me warm and also going to be waterproof. And when I first got it I couldn't zip it up. Now it's a little bit easier to zip up and it keeps me warm. It's just the ideal winter coat, and I think it's in the sale as well now on New Look, so again I'll link that below if you want to go and have a look. It's one of my favourite coats that I've owned, and it's something so simple. Moving on to beauty and skincare, I'll start with skincare, and something that I've spoken about before on my channel is the Kiehl's Creamy Eye Treatment, which is the avocado one. This is a repurchase. It's a really thick eye cream. It looks like quite green, like a lime green when you open the tub. It goes on quite thick, but once you blend it in, it goes to like more of a watery consistency, and I honestly can notice the difference when I don't use this. I haven't used it for a few days because I've just been so lazy with my skincare routine lately, and my under eye area feels so dry. This makes it look, I wouldn't say it's anything like brightening or anything like that, but it always makes it look hydrated and feel hydrated under the eyes, and it's my favourite eye cream to use at night time. And then something that I didn't originally love when I first tried it, I tried this because everybody spoke about it and I invested. It's not the cheapest of cleansers, and at first I didn't really see what the hype was about. I was using it kind of on and off because when I find something that's so expensive or a little bit more pricey, I don't tend to use it every single day because I want it to last. I found with this that using it every single day is the best way to use it because that's how you see the results. So this is the Oskia Renaissance Cleansing Gel Illuminating Vitamin Facial Cleanser. This has in here vitamins A, C and E, omega and pumpkin enzymes, chamomile and rose. And if I use this every single day for a week, my skin looks completely different. It looks hydrated, healthy, it feels so soft, and I really do notice the difference when I use this, and I've been loving it. I just kind of pop it on, and it's a gel when you first put it on the skin, and then when you melt it or add water, it goes into kind of like it goes into more of a watery kind of oil base cleanser. It's really, really lovely, and I really would recommend this one. Talk about a quick perfume favourite, and this was actually sent to me by Debenhams, and this is the YSL Mon Paris perfume. Now, I got sent this to feature in a blog post or a video for Christmas gifts for her, and the minute that I opened the box, I fell in love with it. It's really, really sweet, but it's sophisticated at the same time. There's just something a little bit different. It reminds me a little bit of Victor and Rolf Flower Bomb. Just go to an YSL counter when you're next in Debenhams and smell this. I've got a makeup brush that I want to talk to you about, and this is the Morphe G7. Now, this is part of their new kind of like gunmetal range, and I got this for powder. I have never found a powder brush that I've been 100% happy with. They're either too fluffy, not fluffy enough. It's the best powder brush I've ever used. It's really, really dense, but not too dense, so it applies powder exactly in the places that you want it. I can't describe how good this is for powder unless you've actually used it yourself. A favourite highlighter which I've used so much in the past year, never mind a few months, and this is the Becca Opal Highlight. So inside, I'll show you as best as I can, but it's gone a little bit crumbly now. I've just dropped it on the floor, and I keep dropping it on the floor. But basically, this is a gorgeous kind of everything that you want in a highlight. I love the formula of the Becca highlighters anyway. They're not really glittery, they're very soft and creamy, and they go on as natural as you can want a highlight to go on, if that makes sense. But the colour of this is kind of a mixture between champagne, rose gold, gold, and together it's just the most beautiful highlight, and I've worn it every single day really. Then I've got 3 lip products to talk to you about, and the first 2 are from Kylie Cosmetics, and these are actually the lip glosses. So I find the lip kits a little bit too dry. I like the colours, but I find that after a while they don't look too good on the lips. The glosses are incredible and well worth investing in. So I've got the shades, if I can read this, So Cute, which is the lighter one, and Literally, which is a little bit darker. And these are gorgeous on their own and really nice to go over lip liners or lipsticks, however you want to wear them. They smell like vanilla. They're really, really creamy. They're not gloopy or sticky at all. They last a long time, and they wear down to a really nice gloss. They don't go crispy or anything like that. And this, I don't really tend to wear glosses, but I've been reaching for these 2 quite a lot recently. Probably one of my favourites out of the whole bunch has been the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Ashton. I bought this when I went to New York last. I wanted Kristen, but I bought this one by mistake, and it's blown me away. I didn't take it back because I thought I might enjoy it, and I really, really have done. I wore this in a recent video, so I'll link that around here if you want to see what it looks like on. But it's gorgeous. I love the formula of these. They're not my favourite formula of liquid lipsticks, but they are good compared to a lot of them, and this colour is something a little bit different. It looks a little bit darker once it's applied, but it's like a beautiful brown, reddish tone brown, and I love it. Moving on to more random favourites, the first thing I want to tell you about is a book that I've recently finished, and this is by Victoria Hislop, and it's called The Island. So this was recommended to me by Jess from Making It Up blog, and it's so good. I had it on my bedside table for so long, didn't pick it up, didn't read it. I just couldn't get into reading, and then after my surgery, because I was in the house for so much and, you know, didn't really have much to do, I decided I was gonna get myself engrossed into a book, and this was so much better than I thought it was going to be. When I read the back, I thought, I'm not sure if this is kind of my thing, like something that I would usually pick up, but it so was. And there were so many different stories in here throughout the main storyline, so many twists and turns, but it's also really, really informative. It's all about kind of like a leper colony in Greece, and like one family's story and journey around that. And honestly, if you're looking for a new book, I really, really recommend this. It was so good. Some music favourites I'm going to talk to you about are, recently I've just been playing Spotify all the time, and rather than having it on shuffle or like a random playlist, it's literally these 3 things that I have on repeat. So the first one that I've recently gotten into is Lady Gaga's single A Million Reasons. It's so good. I'm not really into Lady Gaga's old music. I really like You and I, the acoustic version, and I love it when she sings ballads and more like of the meaningful songs rather than the na na Roma. Like, it gets a bit too much, but she's an amazing artist and a voice, and that song I love so much. And then 2 albums that I've had on repeat. The first one has been James Arthur, so I loved his song, is it Can I Be Him? No, that's my favourite now. The one that was like played on the radio, his #1 single from this album when he first came back. So I downloaded the album on Spotify and I love every single song, and it's not often for me that I'll find an album that I love every single song. His voice is amazing, the lyrics are amazing, and you should listen to it, basically. And then the last one is Little Mix. There's a couple on there on their album that I'm not too keen on. They're growing on me, some of them. Like, at first I didn't really like Down and Dirty. I just was like, there's a bit in it where they say motorbike like 10 times and it's a bit like, where did that come from? But apart from that, I think it's such an amazing album, and I love in particular Power and Touch. So many of them on there. It's a really, really good album. More poppy and light-hearted than James Arthur's, but if you're into that kind of thing, then maybe give it a listen. Last but not least, just a couple of TV favourites. So I'll start with the cheesy ones. I'm hooked on Celebrity Big Brother again. This season, when I first heard that they were putting in old people that had been on it before, I was a bit like, really? Like, are you running out of ideas? But it's actually really good, like the dynamic in the house, I'm really enjoying it. And then also I've got back into watching the Kardashians, which is a huge guilty pleasure of mine. It's a little bit ridiculous, a little bit staged, but I really like it. And then Netflix series that I would completely recommend. There's just one that me and Tom have watched back to back, and it got to the last episode of the first series and I was like, okay, we need to watch another. And Tom was like, that's the last one, there's no more, you're gonna have to wait for the next series. And I was like, no, why did we watch this? Why did we watch the last one now? And it's Designated Survivor. So if you're into kind of like, I don't know, American politics or politics, drama, if you like The West Wing, it's kind of like a less stressful and serious and intellectual version of The West Wing, if that makes sense. It's got Kiefer Sutherland in it, and it's a really good storyline. I really enjoyed it, and Tom loved it as well, so I would definitely recommend checking that out. So that's everything that I've been loving at the moment. I feel like I need to go and get a drink now. My voice has gone really, really dry. I am now going to go and get changed, pack or zip up my suitcase and go to the airport because I'm going to Portugal this afternoon. So I'm just trying to tie up like all my last bits of videos and everything like that. But let me know anything in particular that you've been loving recently, because you know that I like to check new things out, and I'm always looking forward to your opinions and recommendations. So I'm going to go before I completely lose my voice. I hope you've had a wonderful day, whatever you've been up to, and I will see you again very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.